How does economic analysis influence aid distribution in the Middle East? Economic analysis plays a key role in how aid gets shared across the Middle East. It helps decide where aid can do the most good by looking at each country's economic health, needs, and political situation. When countries face serious economic problems, like high poverty or inflation, they often get more aid. For example, nations with ongoing crises or humanitarian emergencies usually receive more support to help their people survive and rebuild. Countries with stronger economies or stable governments might get less aid overall but could still receive targeted help for specific sectors like education or infrastructure. Economic data also guides how much aid is given and what type. For instance, the United States tends to give more aid to Israel, Egypt, and Jordan because of strategic partnerships and economic ties. At the same time, aid to Palestinians often focuses on humanitarian needs due to ongoing conflicts. If a country's economy worsens, like rising inflation or increasing debt, aid levels can be adjusted. For example, Tunisia has seen a decrease because of economic struggles and political setbacks. Regional disparities are also important. Some countries in the Middle East have high levels of wealth and income, while others have large populations living in poverty. Economic analysis helps target aid to vulnerable groups and reduce social tensions. Even in countries with economic growth, many people may still lack basic services, so aid programs focus on social safety nets and economic inclusion. Foreign investments and remittances also influence aid decisions. Wealthy Gulf Cooperation Council states like Saudi Arabia and Kuwait provided and investments based on economic and political interests. Economic assessments help donors decide whether to give direct financial aid, fund infrastructure projects, or support humanitarian efforts, depending on each country's stability and needs. In practice, economic analysis helps identify the most vulnerable populations and regions. It guides how much aid should go to humanitarian relief, development, security, or governance. It also helps adjust aid based on political changes or economic performance. For example, if oil prices fall and government revenues drop, aid programs may be scaled back or redirected. Donors also consider regional economic trends like inflation or currency fluctuations, which can impact how effective aid is and how well it reaches the people who need it most. Overall, economic analysis offers a clear picture of each country's economic situation. It helps donors make smarter choices about where and how to give aid, aiming to promote stability, growth, and better living conditions across the Middle East.